Alright, you guys, I hope you can hear me. This is Richard King with GoldenTeeTV. I'm stepping in real shortly before this main match kicks off. Coming up next is the Top Gun Finals, the championship, the big one. And it's basically a rematch of last year's Houston Holiday Classic, which was just won by Andy Haas a little bit ago, earlier today. And then we also watched Andy Fox in the purple bracket final beating Justin Clark, which Justin Clark just got done, unfortunately, losing to Michael Johnson, which won the little gun. So we've seen a lot of common faces in the finals this weekend, but these two right here have some history. We're gonna see how they got here. So Fox and Mouth met in the King of the Hill match, in which Mouth won 29-28. And that's when all the interesting stuff happened, basically with Gossett losing to Mouth after beating JoJo 30 under to 29. And then coming down and beating Haas, eliminating him 29-27. And then right when we're about to see maybe a potential JoJo or Gossett in the final against Mouth, Andy Fox held his own after JoJo moved on with an incredible win over a perfect clean round. Gossett's 29 to JoJo's 2 better, a 31 under. And then Andy just beat JoJo by 1. And here we are in the finals, getting ready to make this thing happen. So basically, I'm just going to be kicking this match off, and then we'll be handing it off to Kevin Lindsay and Adrian Westergren. We call him Wes. I'm not even sure if I said his last name right. That might be the first time I've ever said his last name out loud. So, Wes, if you're hearing me, hit Lindsay next time you see him. Yeah, that seems about right. In the meantime, we do have the 2018 Golden Tee event and tournament page up, or the calendar. It's a Google Calendar, so you could see the address kind of streaming there on the top. It's events. It's always going to be this. It's events.GoldenTeeTV. You can see event pictures, but most importantly, all the tournament dates and Golden Tee event dates. Obviously, the big one is June 8th, June 10th. This was released earlier this weekend. The World Championships are among us, and it is going to be at the Orleans in Las Vegas. So a lot more of that to follow. And then we have 2 tournaments. The year's over, boys, and there's no more. But right around the corner, we have actually 3 tournaments now that I'm just getting word of that will be happening on the weekend before the Super Bowl. And we'll talk a little about those coming up here in just 1 second. So this looks good for Fox. That looks pretty much dead on. And just like that, Fox goes 1 up on Mouth. That's nothing to be worried about. This is these two guys are pin seekers. They're going to probably hole out a lot, if not point a lot. So I wouldn't be shocked if I see a 1 better to a perfect round on Mayfield. It's not that difficult of a course. There's a few holes that can kind of get you in trouble, but even then it might be only a 1-stroke swing. So we'll have to sit back and enjoy this one. Again, this is the Top Gun main event, the championship, the winner of this tournament will join Paul Luna at the Worlds. Paul Luna is already qualified. He's the first qualifier. He qualified by winning the Tournament of Champions over Haas.
My God, back to murdering.
I'm getting word we have I'm listening to Mouth. Mouth's having some issues with some hecklers in the background. It looks like the owner, Marc, likes to heckle Mouth, especially during final matches. This occurred last year as well. It was definitely talked about, and I think he's going to have some fun with it. What's crazy, so earlier today we saw Andy Fox in the Purple Bracket Championship against Justin Clark, and Justin Clark found himself in another final today, just like Andy Fox, but in the little gun. So the top gun is the top 32 players. So of all the tour, there's 5 major events on the tour. 6 if you're counting them all, the 2 in Houston. But based off I'm actually quite shocked to see Fox must have missed. He must have missed hit it. Ooh, Mouth almost punished him for watering that. That's a hole I wouldn't imagine Fox to water. This would be a good chip, save him the stroke. Oof. That almost became disastrous going in the sand. Although an easy chip for an individual of his quality to make, it still puts that much more pressure on him, knowing that he's going to be another stroke down. So 1 stroke down because of him being that 1 stroke up with that hole out. So thank God. Otherwise, 2 strokes would have been almost just a game quitter. But going back to Justin Clark, the finalist in the purple bracket today against Fox, the little gun, he was playing Michael Johnson in the little gun final. Whew. Told you, Pensteek, and they're going to be scoring a lot of points, or there's going to be a lot of shots made. And I don't doubt that Mouth will follow this up and point it as well, if not make it. But right now, who we don't have playing is Mouth. Where did he go? He just came up and basically almost did the same thing. Blind. Mouth's a very interesting animated player. If you ever get a chance to come to tournaments, he's one of the first guys you want to go and find and challenge to a game, because he's an awesome guy. He'll play with you. He'll teach you everything he knows. He probably won't teach you everything he knows, because that would be a full 1 hour. No, Mouth and I are great friends, and he's always been a great ambassador to the game. So by all means, he might look animated and a little intimidating on the streams, but he's just a big teddy bear. So the history between these two players, they've played 10 times since 2011 in official matches, not small tournaments or handicaps or other events, but actual official pro tour matches. They've met 10 times. This will be the 11th time, and it looks like Mouth has the upper hand, winning 6 of those 4. If you're kind of interested in how these two match up, it seems that they're pretty basically the same. I think with Andy Fox's just bulldozer today with a few 30s, 28s, 29s. Has really skyrocketed his handicap after his not so well performing qualifier. That came in way too sharp to skip, so that could have been water all over the place. The cool thing is we have the baseball field coming up, and that one's always an entertaining one, depending on how it sets up. That could get you in trouble, but that's usually an interesting hole for the purple bracket, and not so much the Top Gun main event championship between these two gentlemen.
On all of them? No,
So again, Mouth has to be beaten twice to lose. This same thing occurred. They went both matches in 2016 as well and I believe Mouth had a missed chip on Sandy. They put in extra holes, and then he ended up, he missed a putt and then ended up missing a short chip to lose it. Something that from that moment on, last December, all the way up to Worlds, that he was telling me, this year's Worlds, that was something that he continuously trained on because it was his weakest part of the game, and that was those short little offset chips. He has since not missed any of them that I know of. I'm sure he's missed a bunch, but he hasn't missed them on the stream, and usually when we're streaming them, they're big matches. So 14-13. There's a little swing in the strokes after Fox holed out hole one, and but then watered and allowed Mouth to catch up, eagling to his par, and now that's why Fox goes from a one better to a one less, and Mouth is clean. And that's how we have it. So going into hole 11, this is another one that, depending on the wind, can set up to be a little difficult, but it's normally a nice, easy, high 4 or 5 wood. A lot of times, a naked 5 will do it. But it looks like they're both just going to go with the safe, high, small cut, little baby cut into the wind, and Fox is... They both seem to kind of lay up on that one for those two guys, but Fox kind of snuck it in there. Well, this is the hole that I was waiting for. Oh, and this is what I was talking about. That was quite interesting. That's we might even want to see a replay of that, but it looks like he actually shot it. He has an 8.5. Yeah, Fox had no problem with the 10.5 going all the way over. So he must have come down, or I think he just threw it way too far out wide. This is going to cost him. This is going to cost him about 2 strokes. Is it? Wow. So that right there, what he was trying to do, he knew he wasn't going to reach the green from where he was, but he's trying to put himself in a position to where he could chip it or tush it in, and he clipped. He clipped the fence again, and a lot of times that goes all the way into the water. So he at least avoided that. And he misses a putt.
All right, you're in the lead. You're back where we should.
So this...
sorry. There's no way I've ever hit a C3.
That was devastating for Mouth. That was a blow-up hole. This is going to cost him. This is probably going to cost him the game because this is one of those things that just get in your head, especially since he believes that what he hit was accurate, and for some reason it did not play as such. I think the only thing to do here is to actually see a replay of it, and in between, when this match ends, we'll see if we can pull up that replay, because I'm quite interested to see if that was the case or not. It looks to me that he just went way too right on his first palm pullback when he was pulling the club back, and his first kind of spin.
I've never seen that.
When he pulled that back, he pulled that way out, and then he started to level his swings. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna, and just like that, Andy's gonna just chew all over Mouth's tilt action, I guess, is going on here. He is on tilt, and during the complaint of where that ball went, or how that, if it was a C3 or not, or if it didn't get all the way out or went all the way out, Andy Fox just got up and decided to go, I'm going to get back on pace and hold this out. Again, we're going to have Kevin Lindsay and Adrian or Wes come and commentate for the rest of the games. So I'm just kind of filling in here in the beginning. This hole right here is one that gets a lot of less experienced players, especially due to the drop-off on the right side, as well as a lot of times you get too close to those bushes that don't look like they could ever be in the way from the tee box or from even where they are right now. But if you get a little too close, you're having to hit a 4 or 5, and most of the time you won't make it. But not a problem for both of these guys. So what will happen just right now, it looks like we have Mal just kind of took off. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys what is going on in January. So these two events are coming up. January 27th. We're probably also going to have the stats tournament in Houston on the 27th. And it seems that Andy is still trying to hole out holes, but it seems he's still waiting for Mouth here. Oh, here he is. Glad you could join us, buddy. Almost came back a little too much on him. Again, the winner of this tournament, the Top Gun, not only will be the Top Gun and be the head of the tournament for next year, the winner will get to join Paul Luna at Worlds, already qualified. Obviously, both of these guys, they qualified last year, and almost. And they will have no problem qualifying this year, but basically what that does is kind of take the added pressure, just the time to go through all the qualifiers if you've already qualified, so you can just kind of focus on what you're going to get ready for and what you need to work on to show up there in June for Worlds, while the other guys are grinding it out and qualifying. Regardless if they could do it with their eyes closed or not, they still have to go through the process. So it looks like that's going to be game one. There's kind of really nothing that can be done. And right, just like that, game 2 is coming up. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is we are going to go over some tournaments, and we are going to see if... Yeah. Gotta love that. So again, let's talk about these tournaments coming up. 2018 is going to be a huge year. The calendar's already just filling up. We have all the power event stops, and their dates are up there on events.GoldenTeeTV, as well as these are the 2 tournaments that are going on January 27th. They're both the same weekend, and I believe there's going to be a 3rd tournament, Stats Houston, which is usually always on the weekend right before the Super Bowl. So we got one in Wisconsin, and then we have one in Virginia, and I'm still waiting to hear if it's a green light, if Stats will be on the 27th, 28th, and that will be in Houston, where we are now. So as those go, we're going to make sure that you guys are all taken care of, and we're going to be giving you off to Kevin and Wes here pretty soon.
I wouldn't have fucking.
But in the meantime, thanks for joining, watching this match. We're also going to...
Quit while you're not ahead.
This is what I was talking about earlier with...
No wonder Blake asked for a raise.
with the owner in the back heckling poor mouth.
What, man?
So here we are. This is it. This is the final match. Fox takes game 1.
So winner wins, right?
Fox takes game 1 and forces
Too cool.
a second game.
There we go. There we go. Lap dance.
It's quite entertaining because Marvin is a great host. Did a great job this whole weekend, but he does have a very distinct voice, and you can hear him from anywhere. And he sure does love just sitting directly behind the players and giving it a go at each one of them. Oof. Almost a halt there. Mal trying to show Fox that he can hold out hole 1 as well. Does Fox go? Oh, he almost hold both of them out. Well, Fox was in a final earlier today on this exact same course, so no stranger to him to play a Safari in a final, even though it was a purple final. After talking to after talking to Andy Fox, I found out that he just struggled with his distance control and controlling the ball. Almost like he said the ball is a little greasy, or his hands, he just couldn't get them dry. He just couldn't control the ball, and he made a lot of mistakes or ran past holes that he normally would either sink or put right there. But it seems that is not a problem today. He is very comfortable with his game. And you could tell in his scores and his ability to win. His only loss today has been to Mouth, but he just got revenge on him on game 1. What are we listening to?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, there it is.
Again, the winner will be joining Paul Luna at the World Championship. with a free entry into Worlds, and that's something that both of these players will be very happy with. But more importantly, it'll just be a nice relief that they don't have to go through the whole qualifying process and just kind of sit back and focus on what they need to focus on. So I'm getting word that Kevin and Wes will be, looks like they're going to be coming in here pretty soon. Actually, they are wrapping up with their, I don't know what they're doing actually, but they're getting ready. So I'm going to be out of here, and I'll be passing you guys off to them. But in the meantime, I'm going to go do a favor real quick for Mouth and during this game, and I'll be right back.
I mean, this is fucking. We may set living down the tube. Down me down on the end. Little ride. Good shot. I'm going to walk away and take a break. Can't go to. No, it's not. No, I mean it's not just me. Oh, here's your holder. Here's your holder. Shit, I fucked it up. God damn it, dude. Here's it, but I'm not coming back here. Got hooked.
Which is a rarity on that setup. Oh. Now, this is what I was saying about Andy and Mouth being pin seekers. And,
God damn it, dude. Nice fucking line.
yeah, this is the point where Mouth starts to get frustrated with himself. Excuse me.
He's down 2 now.
He's down 2, but he still has a good set of holes to go. but this is essentially almost what happened last year to a certain degree on Sandy.
Mouth caught fringe there. Otherwise, that could have been a potentially very good shot.
So going in
Did you not hit your scoop?
I hit a 290, but
I know, but if how my fucking 320 went, my 10 and a half was. Damn it. And he got hooked.
It's a rarity on that setup. Oh, now this is what I was saying about Andy and Mouth being pin seekers, and
God damn it, dude. Nice fucking line.
yeah, this is the point where Mouth starts to get frustrated with himself. Excuse me.
He's down 2 now.
He's down 2, but he still has a lot of good self. Actually, almost what happened last year to a certain degree. As you can see on the screen, wow, Mouth right around this weekend. So,
oh.
80 green first. Very aceable look.
And we're looking at the
5 on this one.
Oh!
Wow. Wow, mouth, as you can see on the screen, wow, mouth right around the cup. That, wow, that hurts. The fact that he would still be down 1, but a par 4 hole in 1, it changes your vibe.
It changes the game, even though you only got 2 holes to go, but it changes the game. And we're looking at the double ace hole from Richmond.
Yeah, that's right. That's a very good point, Wes. I forgot about that. Yeah, that it's tough, and this is actually a pretty hard look here for 18. Hard in the sense of
Mouth has to get this in the hole.
Right, but I'm talking about in terms of a win to pin placement. That top right pin
It's a hard
tough.
look, but I mean Fox can hit this thing anywhere but the water. And right there, he just won the match with that shot. I mean, anywhere but water left.
Yeah,
He was good. I mean, and then to actually hold this.
And you just heard it there with Mouth conceding to Andy Fox. Good game.
wow.
And he didn't actually try and make. He just had to. All he had to do was get that on the green. He didn't necessarily try and make
What a
that.
great win for them. You know, let
And your winner,
Kevin and Wes take this
second
out.
time, player of the year, Andy Fox.
Congratulations.
Again, great play. Excuse me, great play by Mouth. Scott knows how to hold it, which is what we saw last year in this match of Fox versus Mouth in 2016 Houston Holiday Classic. But for both of these guys that were in the purple bracket yesterday,
yes.
for them to go 4-0 and then 4-1, and to come back, for Fox to come back, and then to come back, not only to come
Yes.
back and fight Mouth, but also beat Mouth twice, and dethrone him as King of the Hill. Tremendous game, by Andy Fox.
He played well. He said it yesterday that I had one bad round, and he had basically what he had a trackball malfunction keep him out of.
Yeah.
Made him miss the cut, and he said, I have no worries about my game right now. And we just saw what happened.
Yeah. It just goes to show the difference that 24 hours can make. Well, with that being said, it's been a very eventful weekend here for not only GoldenTeeTV, for GoldenTeeTV, for Power Events, for Jake's Sports Bar here in Houston, Texas. For all of us, there's been a lot of ups, there's been a lot of downs.
It's been a great year.
It has been a great year for GoldenTee and the tournament scene, and again, truly from a hardcore fan, bottom of my heart, IT employee. All of you guys that tag me on Facebook at 3 in the morning about stuff
I know.
that you
I'm
find.
getting there. I'm trying to talk.
All you guys that show up, 6 to 10 times a year at these tournaments. We truly appreciate every single one of you and the games that you're playing, the love you have for GoldenTee, the passion, your ability to communicate with us. And
A lot to say, I would love to hear it, but unfortunately that said, I want to say congratulations to Randy Fox. He actually, I'm not sure if anybody's done this before, ever, but he has won 2 finals. He's won 2 tournaments in the same day. Won the purple and won the Top Gun. We've seen the main event won by the same person who won the Top Gun, but I'm not sure if anybody's actually won the lower purple and then the elite Top Gun tournament. So with all that said, basically Kevin Lindsay and Wes are pretty much thanking everybody in the world and telling you to come out to tournaments, come out and see what it's all about. It's really going to elevate your gameplay, and I think if you do come out, you will not be disappointed with the amount of people you meet and the fun you're going to have, and the type of skill shots that you're going to learn. But more importantly, you're just going to come out and have a great time, learn something, maybe not, find out the limitations of the liver, live test on every single tournament. Everyone knows that. That said, this is Richard King from GTTV. We were listening to Kevin Lindsay from Technologies and Adrian Westergren, just an elite badass player. That said, you guys, thank you very much. Subscribe, don't subscribe, whatever, but please, GoldenTeeTV is a brand of pure love, donations. We do every single tournament we can, which it was 17 last year. So feel free to tip, feel free to subscribe, feel free to just say, hey, you're doing a great job. Whatever it is, let us know what we could do to change. 2018 is going to be a great year. We have a lot of things that are changing, a lot of things that will change for the good, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So stick with us. Be sure to help if you want. You could always email live at GoldenTeeTV and just ask for anything and everything to help with and blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm closing out. I gotta go. And until next time, this is Richard King, GoldenTeeTV.